Good morning. I'm about half a minute early. It's 9:29, and those of you who are tuning in, thank you. Those of you who will be tuning in, now it's 9:30. Later at your convenience, I love it. I love the feedback from many of you that you're enjoying the flexibility. Uh, missing actually being in a classroom. I really miss that. But we're doing the best we can with adapting and being flexible. That's what we do in unusual circumstances. So here we are. It's summer. It's summer. Now, you wouldn't know it from where I am. If you're in Santa Barbara, you know we're having some June gloom in the morning. It doesn't really clear up till late afternoon. But we are doing well, and we're going to stay safe. I hope you're still honoring shelter in place and using a mask and being judicious. Okay, this is going to be with us, and especially if we don't pay attention to what we need to do. And something else that you can do on your own now in the comfort and safety of your own home or apartment or wherever you are is yoga. So let me just get a little adjusted here. So today, I'm going to give you choices on how to start for those first few minutes. We just had a solstice, and we had the longest day of the year, and sometimes at the seasonal changes, the solstice and the equinox, it's a new moon, it can be very powerful. Okay, so you might feel that tug psychically, emotionally, maybe, like the waves crashing. So we need to pay attention to what's going on, and we're not separate from what's going on around us. If we haven't learned that, I don't know what to tell you. So I'm going to give you choices. I'm going to show you some choices on how to begin, and then you can make that decision. You will need a strap. We're going to do some hip opening. And then later we're going to do a pose I haven't done for a really long time, and I don't want all of you to do it, but some of you can do it safely. I'm going to show you options on that too. Okay, so option number one is to lie on your back with support under your spine and under your skull. You can use blankets folded like so, or towels or whatever, or of course a bolster. Okay, so the turquoise blanket is a threefold. So it's a little higher, you can see it's a little higher, and then the one behind is the pink is the pillow per se. And I'm going to show you this, then I'll do it with a bolster. But if you prefer today to have support under somewhere else, you can have the bolster under your knees and lie back. And there's another pose called Mountain Brook, which I will also show you. It's a little more intense, but it's really good for opening up the spine and the thoracic, okay? If there's some other pose that you know well and you just feel that's what your body's asking for, go for it. Now I'm going to leave you, show you the options. If you already know, go for it. And I'll leave you there for several minutes, okay? So this is plan A. Again, if you know what you want to do, just go for it. All right, I just want to describe these for people who may not have done these in the past or need a reminder. Okay, so let's start. So for those of you who don't have a bolster, you can use blankets. What's a threefold? So you take your blanket and fold it like such. Then you fold it a third and then back onto itself, okay? And that's going to be behind you vertically. Then you put another blanket or pillow at the back end. And just remember, whenever you put something underneath behind you, you don't cozy up right to the end. You give yourself some space. Remember, it's a cat tilt, so the tailbone tips away from you toward your knees or toward your heels. And you want to lift and lengthen back onto the blanket. Adjust the second blanket pillow under the base of your skull so that your gaze is either up or slightly toward your heart. Okay? And then just kind of let everything open up and eventually, it's like a shavasana, okay? Do I have to move? Okay, that's one. Another is if you have a bolster. Oh, let me show you Mountain Brook. Okay, Mountain Brook is a little different. And you take a blanket or a towel and you open it up, sort of like this. And then you have another blanket behind you. This goes right behind your heart. Okay, not on your waist, not on your shoulders, right behind your heart. So bend your knees and you have to position. You're going to feel it first. You're going to go, are you kidding me? This is uncomfortable. Well, that's why we need to do something a little uncomfortable. But it really, it's like it's uncomfortable in a good way because you know you're getting this wonderful opening. So you can then bring your arms underneath and stretch out. So this is real specific to that thoracic, the mid-spine that gets tight. It's hard to access, and it's caught between what's going off your shoulders and your lumbar, your low back. Okay, and you're gonna feel your rib cage. It just goes ah. Okay, so this is called Mountain Brook because your body is like the water flowing over down the stream. Okay, that's another option. And then you can use a bolster behind you, blanket away. You can either put it behind you, you know how to do this, don't you, by now? And again, if you don't have a bolster, I really encourage you to make the investment. They are wonderful. This shape is the best, not the big round thing. This is a great shape. And again, sit in front, cat, up we go, and just gives you this wonderful support. Maybe, especially after the weekend. And then when you feel like it's comfortable, stretch out your legs. Wonderful. And hang out there. Or put the bolster under your knees. Okay? Any of those. And I'm going to let you stay there a little longer. Hope you're enjoying this. And I want to encourage you to do these things on your own. Okay? Okay. Even I forget how wonderful and healing and restorative and regenerating I feel after I do this. And I've been doing this for so long. It's just like, it's delicious. So stretch out, whatever you're doing, stretch out and let go. Close your eyes. I'm sure they're closed by now. And you're following just the breath. You can hear your breathing. Slow, deep in and out breaths. And let everything settle. Find an image maybe that works for you. Just everything becoming quiet and still. You'll feel yourself unfold, soften, open, expand, and feel the breath find its passages, its way, everywhere. If your mind wanders or you start to drift off, maybe, It's okay. Bring back the mind, any thinking stuff we want to rein in and come back to the breath. Okay? If you feel like you could go to sleep, well, maybe you just need to do that. For another minute, okay? You do this on your own just as long as you want, but we're going to be here about another minute. Okay, so when you're ready, whatever position you're in, I want you to remove the props. So if the bolster's under your knees, slide it out of the way. If it's under your spine or blankets under your spine, gently roll onto one side, push everything away. You can keep a little support under your neck, but don't get carried away. I know some of you like it to use it as a pillow, but you really don't need to do that. Okay, then come back and you'll need your strap. Okay, I hope you have one by now. Okay, and when you come back onto your back, oh, this just feels delicious to just roll around. Just roll around a little, massage that back body. And then just, I think almost intuitively, naturally, we just take the right knee in. Notice how my feet are flexed. I'm not just being lazy and lax. We want to activate everything. Let's just maybe get some movement in the right foot. Draw some circles. Try to isolate the movement to your ankle and foot. And just 5 or 6, okay? It doesn't have to be exact, but you want to go slowly with the breath. Be consistent. Okay, and then flex and point. And flex. And you might feel some response. Okay, and that's good. Breathe as you move. Okay, and then we'll alternate and do the left. Do the same thing. Wait for a few breaths before you start moving. Try not to let the shoulders pull up. Bring them down toward the floor. And eventually do your circles. I'm hearing some clicking on this side. That's okay. Don't worry if you hear little popping, clicking noises. And then, of course, expanding, breathe. Extending. This is the beauty of a yoga practice. We do the extension and then the opposite, pose and counter pose. Good. Okay. So we're going to get a little more into the hips. You're going to grab your strap. If you've been taking my classes, you know where we're headed. We're going to do one cycle. Okay, so I'm going to slide the strap around the metatarsals. Those are the little pads, okay? The pads at the base of your toes. Bring the inner edges of your feet, big toe side together. Bring your elbows. Stand, my elbows are down, my shoulders are down. And I'm holding the strap between my thumb and index finger. Okay. Now, I want you to do a dog tilt. Okay, so tilt the tailbone forward. Watch. See how I'm kind of rounding? I'm going to tilt forward and look what happens. My shoulders drop, my rib cage lifts. This is really, really important because it would be like you're doing a standing forward bend, and that would be a dog tilt. Why? So that you don't overstretch the low back. The idea of doing this is to open up anything, not anything, but those areas, especially the hamstrings, the calves, even the heels and the feet, that could be tight and pulling us into cat like this, pulling us, but we want to go into dog. So bring the knees really, really close, elbows down, and wait. Don't be in a hurry. I know some of you like to rush to the next part, but no. So on inhale, start to feel your heels start to lift. Inhale, up toward the ceiling. Feel the breath, exhale down into the low belly. Don't let your hips pull up. If you're a little tight this morning, you tend to be tight, bend the knees in toward you. Okay? Keep the feet flexed and the shoulders down. And just kind of wait, see what's going on. So my calves are a little tight today. I'm going to wait, breathe. See if they'll go a little more. Yeah, they will. Even doing this is so beneficial. Okay, so we're going to do some hip opening. Slide the left foot from underneath the strap and straighten the left leg. On an exhale, so remember, as you exhale, the navel moves down toward the spine. Spine hugs the earth. This protects the low back and strengthens core. So as you exhale, as slow as you can, start to lower the left leg, stretch it forward and down, keep lifting the right, bend the knee if you need to, until it comes down to your mat. Okay, and just wait. Again, if you're really, really feeling too much of a pull, bend your knees a little bit, okay? Okay, breathe. So let's take both ends of the strap into your left hand and stretch your right arm out to your right side. Your right shoulder needs to stay on the mat. And we're going to bring that leg over toward the left, not letting the right shoulder come up. Let the left elbow come down, and your body will stop. It'll suspend that leg. So it's sort of a balance between you holding and the tautness of the strap and gravity. Okay, and so letting it, the weight of the leg will create the stretch. But you're not going to let that right shoulder come up. You're going to turn your upper body toward the right. Breathe. Keep the left leg really engaged. Notice where you're feeling the stretch. Okay, if you're not feeling anything, that's okay. But most of you, I'm sure, will. Probably across the hamstrings, I'm guessing, the hip and the hamstrings. Breathe deep. At least 5 breaths for your minute. Remember, we did the minute. How many breaths you do in a minute? If you do it on your own, you can use that as your guidelines. Okay, how do we get out? We inhale, up comes the leg toward the ceiling. Big inhale. Separate the ends of the strap and wait. Okay, and inhale, up comes the left leg. Slide the feet together. So now that your right leg feels a lot longer, wait for a breath or two. We'll do the other side, okay? So slide the right foot out. Use an exhale, remember? Keep the left leg lifting as you slowly exhale the right leg to the mat. Again, if you're feeling too much tightness, bend the knees a little bit. There you go. Good. Just do what you can. And wait. And then we're going to do this side by taking the ends of the strap in your right hand. Keep the left shoulder firmly connected to your mat or the floor. And gently bring it over and across. Lower the right elbow. Okay. Notice how I'm turning my upper body toward the left as my left leg comes across. Okay. Breathe. This is a terrific stretch, not only to open up the hamstrings, the calves, it's really good for the low back. Five breaths, 8 breaths, a minute or two. If you feel something starting to unfold for you, stay there. Breathe into it. Good. When you're ready, let's come up on a big inhale. Separate. And wait. Notice the sensations. And then an inhale, bring that right leg up. And here we are. Remember, you're in a dog tilt. Don't let the hips round up. Okay? Dog tilt. Bend the knees if you need to. Okay, we're going to bring the knees in. Remove the strap. We're done with the strap today. All right. And then once again, you're going to roll onto one side. And slowly round up. Remember to come up nice and slow. Head last. Okay. So let's get seated. Okay. Comfortable seated position. Take advantage of those nice open hips. So I'm going to use a blanket. You might only use a half fold, a 2-fold. I'm going to do this like this. You can use a bolster. You can use towels or whatever. These blankets are terrific because they're very firm and supportive. Okay, so remember, you want to sit toward the front edge, the legs crossed if you can. If you have knee stuff, I showed you last week in both sessions how to support the knees if you have knee stuff. You could also sit on 2 blankets or bolster in a blanket. You can take a blanket and support the knees if you feel you want them to relax toward the floor, okay? And you want them lower than your waist, okay? That's so that your hip flexors, your groin, isn't gripping, okay? So this is a great way to support, but you want, if you're going to sit in a, like we call a meditation seat, a quiet seat, you want to be comfortable from the get-go so that as you open up into the pose, you don't start fidgeting, okay? So get whatever you need. I'm going to just be in a nice quiet space for a minute or two, okay? Okay, I'll time it. Okay. So settle in. And then lengthen the spine as you close the eyes, okay? Notice they'll take you inward, okay? Upper lids meeting the lower. Step back from the window, the eyes. Let your hands sit lightly. Shoulders, heart open, spaciousness. Nice deep breaths. Okay, I'm going to leave you here for about another minute. Okay, I'll be back. Are you almost done? I can hear everything you're doing. I didn't do the last step. I didn't do the seat. Let's bring the hands to the heart. Send your gaze to heart center, sending love, light, and healing to your heart center, that of your loved ones, and everyone, everywhere. When you're ready, open the eyes and let's come back. Okay. Okay, so let's come on to all fours, shall we? Okay. Now, I forgot to remind you to turn the volume up, and I want to make sure mine's up too. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, come on to all fours. And we're going to start with our nice little juicy hip and rib rolls. And if you remember from other sessions, this is very spontaneous. Okay, it's very spontaneous. And it's just this, breathe, move. And you use the different hand positions, okay? Bird hands, elephant hands. And as you move, okay, it resonates, radiates up into the underarms, the hips, the legs. It's very, eyes open or closed, whatever feels good. Maybe a little cobra. Okay, if your wrists are a little stiff, shake them out. Do some things on your forearms. Even though we've worked along the hamstrings and so forth, little baby lunges. Get a little more into the toes, the soles of the feet. And each side knows which side needs maybe a little more today. And then just a little more, and then segue on your own into cat dog. So cat dog. Again, it's the movement of the prana, the breath. So my lower back's a little stiff today, so I'm really going to focus on that. That's like the weakest area, and that's what tends to give us a lot of grief if we do something improperly. Too much sitting without proper support. We might not be wearing the right shoes or have the right support where we sit. We might be doing some heavy lifting of boxes or furniture or doing stuff, various activities. And that's exactly the area that's gonna talk to us, okay? It's caught in the middle. So breathe and cat dog. Good. Now we're gonna take just a little resting pose for a moment. I'm gonna just get my wrists a little movement. You can do this anytime. Circles, squeezing like you're squeezing a rubber ball. Something else you can do is just go, you do this, and then you do the opposite. Yeah. Okay, and again, and the opposite. And we're going to come on to all fours. And we're going to take the right leg back, keep the hips level, and then we're going to bring it up, and we're going to do cat curls. So we inhale and extend, and then we exhale, bring the knee in. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Really lift the knee forward. It's inhale, extend, look forward. Exhale, bring that knee and really use those quads, use those hip flexors. And the last one. And this time we're going to take the leg back and we're going to leave it there. And let's extend the left arm for a balance. Now don't drop into your left hip. If you start to lose your balance, just get it back, look straight ahead or down. I recommend straight ahead. Breathe. Try for 5 breaths. Breathe really deep. Good. When you're done, come down and down dog. If you need to rest, take a child's pose. I love down dog. Breathe. Walk the dog a little. Stretch. Bicycle legs. Lift those hips to the sky. Dog tilt, dog tilt. Come into a plank. Lower the knees. And let's do the other side, shall we? Stretch the left leg behind you. And we're going to bring it up. Don't open up. Keep the hips level. And cat curl. So exhale. Push the floor with strong arms and bring that knee. Inhale. Extend. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. This is great for the low back. Great for core. Range of motion. And on the next one, let's hold, shall we? Straight back. And up and forward comes the right arm. Breathe. Breathe. And this time, come down and take a resting pose. Any resting pose, you can come onto your forearms if child's pose works for you. Sometimes I know with knee issues it doesn't, but do what you can. It's almost like a turtle going into its shell. Okay, and then we're going to come forward. We're going into down dog. So inhale, use your exhale, feel your navel lift you upwards, feel your breath lift you upwards. Get those hips really high, strong arms. If it's okay with your wrists and shoulders, plank. Your bottom shouldn't be sticking up, and your shoulders should be over or behind your wrists. And down dog. Up you go. Inhale. Exhale. Sit back. Keep your toes curled under. Puppy pose. Inhale. 8-point pose. Exhale. A little cobra. Strong legs. Back to down dog. Lift up. Breathe, lift. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Hug those elbows. Inhale. Back to down dog. So we're going to take advantage of those cat curls and step up on the right. So bring your feet maybe a little closer. Keep your hips high. Get a little momentum. And like you did your cat curl, lift that foot up and bring that knee forward. Wiggle your foot up till you're in a lunge. Wiggle the foot, walk it up there, lift it up there. Knee over or behind the heel. You can use little bird hands, knuckles, fists, or a couple of blocks. So we're going to come into crescent, okay? So I'm going to shorten my stance a little. I'm going to start to lift my gaze as I come up. Push my right leg into the floor, which helps me to stay stable. Just wait. You can go through the cycle on your own, but always be patient. Wait till you're ready. I feel I'm ready for the next phase. Shoulders melt, but heart lifts. Lift upward, look up, straight head or higher. Good. Your 5 breaths. When you're complete, take your time as much as you can. We're going back to down dog. Exhale, and lift and step back. Hold, breathe. So allow your body to reset with the breath. So we're going to, when you're ready, step up on the left. So push off, up you go, wiggle your foot up there. Wait. Your body needs a little more time than your mind often is racing, but your body can't quite keep up. And that's how we have accidents. That's the voice of experience, by the way. Okay, so I'm going to get ready for crescent. All right. That's my 5 breaths. You do it, your 5 breaths, and this time we're coming into a forward bend. Okay, so take your time, up you go. When you're ready, I'll meet you here. Get your footing. Get really solid into your legs before you come up with an inhale. So let the breath rise up and hands to the heart. And so that I don't chop off my head, I'm going to adjust the screen a little. What do you think? I want you to have sun salutes, okay? So you can start while I kind of get everything, the props, and I get to be cameraman, technician, teacher, director. Okay, so have sun salutes, okay? Okay, if you don't remember what that is, I'm going to do a few, okay, as well. Adenia, hello, darling. Okay, let me move back a little. Okay, so we always start a mountain pose. Okay, that's the very first pose of yoga. On an inhale, arms stretch out and up. Your exhale, swan dive, bend the knees a little, dog tilt. Half. So we come up like we're opening a book. Dog tilt. Look at the curve of my spine. Exhale, the navel moves in as we reach for the mat or the tops of our feet or our shins, whatever you can touch. We touch something. And then from there, up we come. Continue. It's called vinyasa. Movement and breath. Okay, a continuous movement, pose, breath, connecting. So we breathe a big, spacious inhale, and then we push and fold and half. No rounding, and fold, touch, and then up we come. Okay, continue for a few more on your own. Okay. How are you doing? So this is a wonderful, that's maybe 20 minutes that we've done total. Okay, even if you just did that or part of that, okay, every day, just something every day. even if it's only 15 minutes, okay? Okay, so on the next half sun salute, just wait when you finish. I want to be careful because I don't want to get too close to the furniture. Be aware, because I know you're operating out of your house and not in the studio. Be aware of furniture and little obstacles, okay? We're going to do a sun salute together on the right, okay? I'm going to throw a few things in. So when you're ready, big inhale and exhale. Your half and fold. We're going to step back on the right, lift and step back. Okay, down dog, lift those hips, exhale, step back. We're going to do a leg lift on the right, it's called ekapada. So inhale that right leg up, look back toward your left foot or up toward your right, lift up, up, up. Now, if you can, inhale into plank, keep the leg up. Exhale, keep the leg up. Breathe. As you inhale, come into plank. Exhale, lower the leg, the knees, chest, and chin. Inhale into a cobra. Now, if you're on your forearms, remember your forearms are parallel, elbows under your shoulders, spread those fingers apart. Okay, and your middle finger aligns with your elbow. Okay, strong legs. Okay, really strong legs. Lift that navel up to your heart, heart toward the crown. Okay, we're going to use exhales to come back. Hips first, and back we go. We're going to step up on the right, push off. Think of cat curls. Lift those hips as you come into a forward bend. And up we come. And one side done. Now we're going to do the same on the other side. Always do what you can, okay? And if you do something and you're not sure if you're getting the right alignment or sensations, email me or send me a message, okay? Your inhale, big, spacious, wingspan, fold. Open, don't push back, lift forward, and bring the hands down. As you step back on the left, lift and step back. Exhale, lift those hips, step back. Okay, we're going to do ekapada on this side. I've got a chair in the way, so I'm going to have to do this. Breathe. And try, if you can, inhale and exhale. Keep that leg up, breathe. Inhale, as you exhale, lower the knees, chest, chin. Your cobra, whatever version works for you. It's a cat tilt though, that's very important. And down dog, exhale, exhale, up we go. And you're going to step forward on the left. I'll meet you in forward bend. And we'll come up when you're ready. And back. Good. Very good. Surya Namaskar. Good. So now I would like you, let me just check what we're doing. Perfect. To do a round of sun salutes on your own, right side and left side. Go to your own pace, your own rhythm. Try to be consistent, the movement and the breath the same. Okay, that creates this wonderful pattern, this wonderful rhythm. Okay, so a right side and the left side. And I'll be back in a minute. That's all it should take you is a few minutes. Okay, how you doing? Did you do at least a round? Maybe 2 rounds, okay? Don't feel limited. Just, and create your own pattern, your own little practice, and maybe do a round on your own where you're holding all the poses for maybe 3 or 5 breaths. That's a wonderful practice, very strengthening. And then do another where you're not holding and see how you do. I know some aspects of the vinyasa of the sequence are a little more challenging for some. The lowering and coming up from the mat, that was certainly a challenge for me. And you just have to take it in multiple breaths, perhaps. And then the stepping forward can also be a bit of a challenge. But don't rush it. Just be consistent in your direction and effort, and you'll be amazed at the progress. Okay, so now we're going to do another round, but I'm going to add in some standing poses, okay? So I'm going to turn this way because I'm going to start with the right side. We're going to modify it. Your inhale, arms overhead. Keep them up, and then we're going to come into a chair pose. There's a couple of ways to come in and out of this pose. This is a great pose. I want you to feel it in the quads, not the knees. So bring the knees back a little. Lift your bottom, little cat tilt. Bring your arms up toward your ears. See how my arms are aligning with my rib cage? If you have shoulder stuff, just do what you can, but try to look up without crimping the neck. And can you go a little lower? I want you to get almost to the point where your quads are burning. Breathe. When we strengthen the quadriceps and the muscles around the knees, we stabilize the knees. Yeah, and up we go. Inhale, and over we go. Half, dog, and fold. Step back on the right. Your down dog. Your plank. Oh, we're going to do 5 little yoga push-ups. So the elbows turn in, okay? Bring your sternum forward. You're going to exhale down 2 inches, push up, inhale, 2, back. Exhale, look at my elbows. Inhale, exhale, keep your head up. 2 more, exhale. Inhale, now we're going all the way down, slow, slow, slow. Oh, you're going to feel it in those biceps. And cobra. And back to down dog. Okay. Stepping forward on the right. Get a little momentum. Don't rush. Bring that foot forward. We're going to do triangle pose. Triangle. So I'm going to line up my heels. Bring my foot forward. Let your right hand slide up your shin, and you'll start to turn to the side, to the left. Keep your arm on your side or your hand on your hip. It's a twist. We haven't done too many twists yet, have we? Okay, so just breathe. Turn from your center. And then if it feels like your arms are in alignment, not pushing into the shoulder, let the arm float up. About 5 breaths in full pose, okay? Strengthen the legs. You should be able to see your thumb, even in your peripheral vision. I can see my thumb. After 5, or you can even on your own go to 8 or 12, warrior 2, okay? So the transition is really important. The leg stance opens, the hips come into neutral. I want to feel centered over my pelvis, not tipping back or forward. And then the arms float apart. My gaze follows my right hand. Okay? Focus your gaze and your breath, 5 to 8. And we're just going to do a little here and over and turning. This forearm meets your thigh. The right hand is active, either fingers together or a fist, and then turning again like we did in the twist, turning from the rib cage. And then the arm does a stretch, sweeping movement, sliding alongside the ear. So your heart is turning up toward the light. Breathe, strong back leg. And we're going to come into down dog. Now we're going to do a plank. Knees, chest, chin. Another cobra, one more. And back to down dog. And we're going to do that cycle on the left. So when you're ready, keep those hips high. Lift, step forward. I'm too close to the chair. Wait. And we're going to come into triangle. So I'm going to turn my back to you, but I visually line up my heels. I'm going to wait. I'm going to let my hands slide up my leg. I'm aligned over my left leg, shin, shoulder. Don't be in a hurry. Wait. Wait and breathe. And after 5 or more breaths, just take your time transitioning, find the pose. Let the pose unfold and hold you. Don't collapse into the back leg hip. Breathe into it, lift up through the inner thigh. Five to 8 breaths on your own, and then side angle. Reach, extend, and stay strong in the back leg. Okay, and then we're going to come into a forward bend. Take your time. I'm going to come back a little so I don't meet the chair. And up. We're going to come all the way up. You can come into a chair pose again if you like. And hands to the heart. You can always improvise within our time together, okay? But I want you to start definitely thinking about creating your own little practice. I know some of you already are. Okay, so perfect timing. I want you to do a balanced pose. Okay, so tree is wonderful. Great, because we've done some hip opening. Of course, half moon, because we've done a lot of opening on that. Or if you have another pose, another balanced pose that you'd like to practice now, go ahead and do that. I'm going to give you several minutes. So you can do both, okay? But be consistent with the breath. Now, if you need some support, you have a chair. I forgot to bring a chair in, but you have a chair that you use for half moon or to kind of hold on to for tree, or a wall. Okay, so if you're going to use a wall, say for tree, you can get close enough, maybe at home, that your knee is touching the wall, and you can use one hand and sort of bounce off the wall a little bit. Okay, whatever you do, give yourself enough support so you can really strengthen in the pose. Okay, now if you're doing tree, for example, and you get wobbly and kind of fall out, go back where you left off and start again. and do the whole cycle. Don't just say, oh, well, today my balance stinks, so I'm not going to do it. No, you must finish the pose, okay? That's what you're telling your body. That's what you're telling your nervous system. That's what you're telling your memory. Okay, so do a tree on both sides and maybe half moon, one or the other. If neither one of those are feel like they're in your repertoire today, do some simple other balancing. I'm going to move the mat. Okay, you want as firm a foundation for balancing as you can have. Hardwood floors, are the best. The next best, of course, well, bamboo is the best, but a hardwood floor with some give, okay? But I'm on carpet, so that's the way it is. So another great way to work on balancing, and again, you can do this next to a counter or some other, a wall, is to stand really straight, tall, look straight ahead, and just bring the leg up, and as slowly as you can, lower. Breathe. So I'm going to exhale and inhale. You can inhale and exhale. I don't really care how you breathe, but breathe. And then up, stand really tall. And this really, it's like the cat curls almost, right? Remember, we bring the knee forward and back. Gets into the hip flexors, a little bit back here in the hammies and the quads, and it strengthens. Range of motion. Can you hold? Now, if you're doing tree and half moon, it's okay. You don't need to do this, or if you want to, you can do this too. And good. And then do the other side, the same thing. So breathe, lift. So notice I'm standing really tall. I'm looking at the screen. It's probably be better if I look out the window. Keep your head on your shoulders. Don't look down. Find something to gaze at. Out your window, the view, a spot on the wall, something that isn't moving. Maybe one more. I'm going to hold this time. And be consistent. If you're going to hold it for a count of 3, hold both sides for a count of 3. Okay? Good. All right. Go ahead and finish your balancing. And then get whatever blankets and bolster you have. We're going to do a pose, maybe. Some of you are going to do a pose. And I'm going to give you an option. Okay, another hip opener. And the one pose that we're going to maybe do, it's called pigeon. I know some of you it just doesn't work for your knees and your hips, okay? So we're going to do a supported pigeon or leg cradle. I'm going to give you an option. I just want those of you who know pigeon, know you can do pigeon, to feel like you can do it. But if you have any knee stuff, and this can be a little tricky, so I'm going to go real slow. I'm going to show you how to do it with props, okay? But first of all, we have to get down on our all fours. So always take your time. Then we're going to do arms overhead and fold. And we're going into down dog. Just don't rush. Exhale. Step back. And then lower the knees. And okay, we're going to take a bolster or 2 blankets, or a bolster and a blanket. If you don't have these, maybe just wait. And if you've never done this, wait and see what I'm going to do. I don't really want you forcing this pose, okay? So, and just wait while I show this, and I'm going to show you plan B, which is a leg cradle. So you can watch, and then I'll take you into the next plan. So I have the bolster, and I have a blanket. You may or may not need both. I'm going to slide my right knee and thigh right at the right corner of the bolster and bring my shin across. And then I'm slowly going to slide back onto my left leg and lower onto the bolster and the blanket. So the emphasis is here in my hip. Now, something else you can do is put the blanket behind your knee and lower onto it so it's not as intense on your knee. Okay, and then you simply lift up onto the bolster and maybe the blanket and rest. You should feel a nice little stretch here. Now I know this doesn't work for people with knee issues, okay? If this is working for you, I'm going to leave you here while I show Plan B. Plan B. Okay, I'm going to come back to pigeon and show you how to come out. So just stay there for another minute. Plan B is you're on your back. Put the bolster here. Come back onto your back with your knees back, lie back. Bring your feet onto the bolster and leg cradle, passive leg cradle with your ankle on your knee. That's Plan B. And you can stay there. If you're doing this one, just stay here for a good long minute, and then you'll do the other side, which you'll uncross and come across. So stay here a couple of minutes. I'll kind of cue you. I want to show the people who might be doing pigeon how to come out of it, okay? If you're in pigeon and you use the blankets, okay, say you came and you have the blanket behind you like this, and you're on top. You come out very slow. You walk the hands back, come out, bring the leg back, slide the blanket aside. We're going to do the same on the left. You slide your left knee toward the left lower corner of the bolster. I'm going to put the blanket behind my knee so it's not as intense. Slide your right leg straight back, and that'll bring you on top of the bolster. Okay. Now, what I love about this is how it gets into my psoas, and on the straight leg side, and my piriformis on the left. But I know for some of you this is just too much. If you're okay on this side, stay here about another minute. And the rest of you are doing the passive leg cradle with a bolster or something under your foot. Okay. Now, after your minute, you always come out really, really slow. Walk the hands back. Lift up. If you're coming out of pigeon, move everything out of the way. Okay, and I like to do a little down dog. Kind of work out the hips, work out the kinks. And then we're going to meet all of you on your back with your knees bent. Okay? So those of you we're doing leg cradle, passive leg cradle, right side and then the left side, uncross, push the bolster out of the way. I have to check the time because I get carried away. Okay, and of course your first impulse, my goodness. Your first impulse, perfect, will be, give yourself a hug. Give yourself a hug. And just enjoy. Okay, and we want to be sure we haven't created any imbalances, okay? You never want to go to pain And after your class, let's just hold the right knee again and stretch out. Okay, this works out any low back and so forth. So after you finish class, you might feel you've been challenged a little bit in a good way, I hope, a good way. And then within like half an hour, you should feel this real surge of real energy, okay? Because your body is still processing everything after you finished your practice and even during it. Your metabolism, your nervous system, all your systems are still saying, wow, and they're all charging and integrating everything you've been doing. So know that even though you finish maybe doing the practice isn't finished with you. Okay? So give it time. Okay, that's why we do Shavasana, and that's why we always say don't go out and running around, rushing around after your practice. Try and segue out of it and slowly ease back into your day. And also avoid, let's do both sides, avoid any heavy food or meal, okay? Right away. Because all of your systems are operating. If you start eating and stuff, that kind of detracts from your systems, okay? So this isn't just an external thing. Yes, you're going to be more flexible. Yes, you're going to be stronger. Yes, you're going to feel better, but so is everything inside. Everything inside is just going to hit on all cylinders. Yeah, do that. Okay? Good. All right. So now, if you have a block, sorry, I didn't cue you to have a block. If you have one, fine. If you don't, you're going to put it between your knees or your thighs. Okay. And this brings your legs into alignment. Very important. So feel that your feet are in mountain pose. You have to feel it. You can't see it. This is why it's important to pay attention to what your body is doing and how it feels. So you don't want your feet turning out. You want your big toes kind of turning in just a little. Hold the block. This keeps your knees from flopping around. You want your knees over your heels or just behind for perfect alignment. This is strengthening, and we're going to feel this in the quads because we're going to do some bridges. We do a couple of flowing bridges. Do what you can with the arms, and then we're going to hold bridge. The back bend. So what does the pelvis do? Cat tilt. That's right. The cat's sleeping today, so he can't show us what to do. So start to lift your hips, tilt your tailbone forward, cat. Keep digging into your heels, lift. Do not look to the side. Soften your face, neck, and throat. Don't flatten the neck. And lift up. Oh, I feel it across the quads, across the hip flexors, the groin. Oh yeah, breathe. If you want, you can bring your arms up. And then when you lower, lengthen. Reach your tailbone toward your heels and coordinate hips and arms. Okay. Your inhale, up comes the pelvis. The spine slowly, one vertebra at a time, comes up. And exhale, one vertebra at a time, lowers to the mat. We really need to do these for the spine. It keeps it flexible and pliable. Okay, do a couple more on your own, okay? So let the breath lift you up. If it's okay with your arms, bring overhead. If not, just leave them by your side. Do what you can or lift them to the ceiling. Okay, do a couple, and can you hold on the last one? So as you come up, you can just bring your arms even up here if you want. Lift your rib cage, steady gaze up. Breathe, hold that block. Feel your glutes engage a little. This is good. Breathe. This strengthens, stabilizes, and after 5-8 breaths, down you come and just rest. Just rest. Just wait and just rest. Feels good. Just let your body recalibrate. Don't be in a hurry. So we're going to do one of my favorite movements And just in case you went a little too far, oh, the sun's coming out, yay. Okay, um, you separate, you bring your feet to opposite sides of the mat, and your knees are apart, your arms come a little wider. And this is a wonderful movement for recalibrating your whole spine and musculature. So as you exhale, just let the knees gently sway, rock to the left, and your inhale, back they come, and an exhale, it's continuous fluid movement with continuous fluid breath. So this is bilateral, and it's great for low back, shoulder stuff, kind of get everything back into a wonderful working order. Now, as my knees go one way, my head just gently wants to turn the other. So exhale to the sides, and then when you come up and across, so it's crossing over and gentle breath, slow, deep, fluid breaths, slow, deep, fluid movements. Let the breath move you. Mm-hmm. A few more rounds on your own. We never get tired of this. When you're done, you can bring the feet back. Arms a little lower. And it should be higher than your shoulders. Mm-hmm. And often we do this at the beginning of a class, but we're going to do it now. Even though you may have done a standing tree pose, we're going to do a passive tree pose. So just straighten your left leg. Let your right foot rest, since we are doing hip opening. And maybe tree didn't work for you today. Maybe it did work, but you can always do a passive tree pose. So as you lie down, activate the left standing leg, and bring the right foot in. Notice, since you're pretty open, you might feel pretty much in alignment through your midline. Okay, and just let's stay here a good minute, so a good 5 to 8 breaths or more. Keep your left hip glute reaching for the mat. Keep the left leg straight like you're standing on it. And you're going to feel maybe a little more. So notice if you did leg cradle or pigeon, it's the same type of opening, okay? I love doing this in bed. Morning or at night. And then whenever you complete, you're going to bring the knee up, bend the left, and you're going to bring your hips to the right, straighten the left leg again. Now we're going to twist. So we're going to bring the foot on top and bring that knee over. Keep this right shoulder way firm into the mat as you turn across. And sure, breathe. Again, 8, 10, 12 breaths. So you may feel one direction more than the other. It depends on what you've been doing, not doing. It just is what it is from session to session, okay? So finish on your own and then do the other side. So I'll just cue you. Always take your time. So to do the left side, first we're going to do reclining tree, right leg straight, left foot resting. Okay, do that for about a good minute, 8 breaths or more. Just be consistent. whatever you need, and then do the twist on your own. And after that, let me see how we're doing. You have time to do one more of your favorite twists. So I'd like you to do the twist with both knees. So forget whether this is your favorite. You get to do the other twist with both knees coming over and across. 8 breaths on each side, okay? So you're finishing this cycle. You're going to do the twist with both knees, both sides, at least 8 to 12 breaths, and then Shavasana. I'll meet you in Shavasana. Remember, you can use your bolster, blankets. If it's cool where you are, cover yourself. So I'll meet you in Shavasana in about 4 or 5 minutes, okay? And then we'll go from there. So you should be done with your twists, or almost done, or take your time and maybe transitioning into your Shavasana. Maybe you're already in Shavasana. It's okay. And just remember, Shavasana is really, really important. Why? Because it's when you're still and your body absorbs, integrates, and receives. Okay, so we give it time to take in everything you've been doing. And we need to do that in our lives, don't we? Okay, often we're going from one thing to another. So it's really important that you're comfortable and warm and supported in Shavasana. We can't always have a totally quiet space. I happen to have a quiet space right now for the moment, which is nice. But we have to learn to let that white noise be white noise. If you have an eye pillow, it's great. A blanket. And remember to stretch out in Shavasana and make sure you are supported. You want your edges free. You don't touch. So as you lie back, if you're already there, it's fine. Sometimes just let yourself just spread out and go. Feel your front body gently rest upon your back body. Feel the support. You've got gravity. You've got the earth beneath you. You don't need to hold on to anything. And that's physical and mental and emotional and energetic. This is a time when we can really allow that healing, that wonderful healing that our body wants to do, to happen. So let go. Let go of any modulated breath. And let yourself just sink into maybe a soft cloud. Let your edges melt. Let your mind drift. And maybe you'll fall asleep. That's okay. And you'll be here for another couple of minutes. So as our time together comes to a close, you can certainly remain in Shavasana or resting and just listen. It's up to you. If you come out on your own, do that with integrity and intention, not just pop up and start running to do something else. But the three sounds of the chime are to gently bring us back into the breath, into our body. Just gently maybe wiggle, stretch, move, yawn, slowly ease back. Deep breaths. And when you're ready, keeping the eyes closed, bending the knees, gently turn onto your side. And I have a second book of Hafez. And I almost forgot I had it. And it's called I Heard God Laughing. And again, it's translated by Daniel Ladinsky. So, Today, Hafez. The name of this poem is We Should Talk About This Problem. There is a beautiful creature living in a hole you have dug. So at night, I set fruit and grains and little pots of wine and milk beside your soft earthen mounds. And I often sing, but still, my dear, you do not come out. I have fallen in love with someone who hides inside you. We should talk about this problem. Otherwise, I will never leave you alone. And if you're so inclined, join me in a comfortable seated position in the Namaste invocation. I honor the place in you in which the entire universe dwells. I honor the place in you which is of love, of peace, of light, and of truth. When you are in that place in you, and I am in that place in me, we are one. Namaste, yoginis and yogis. Om Shanti. And today I'm going to do an angel card for us again and a heart card. And I won't look. Okay, the heart card and the angel card. Okay, so today the angel card for us is understanding. What is asking you to be understood? And the heart card says, you are a bright light. Maybe that's what you need to understand. You are a bright light. You are to me. So thank you for joining me. I'll see you Thursday. Enjoy this session whenever you enjoy it. Let me know if there's something that you want to do specifically or whatever. And thank you. Happy solstice, happy summer, and thank you for joining me. I'll see you soon.